Okay, Morgan, so can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm 19 years old. I recently just passed my driving test. I'm a national standard 400 metre runner. I train a lot of the time for athletics. That takes up a big part of my life. And I'm currently just at the end of college.
Okay, so why do you want to work for this company or for this club?
Well, I've always been interested in athletics and I do it to a good standard, and I feel that I get a lot of enjoyment out of coaching other people and bringing them up to a really good standard as well.
Why do you want to do this job in the future?
Well, ideally in the future I'd like to become more of a national coach. Plus I feel that coaching other people will help me to gain an understanding of how I can improve myself as well.
Okay, so what makes you the best candidate for this job?
Well, I'm currently on a level 3 coaching course, so I do have that. I have 7 years of athletics experience under my belt. I have trained a few sessions. Not trained, I have coached a few sessions. I've trained in a lot of sessions, I've done a lot of races, so I feel that I have a pretty good understanding of the sport in general. So I feel that I can bring new ideas to the table to help improve the athletes.
So what can you contribute to this company or this club?
Well, I feel that I could get myself up to be one of the top coaches in the county or in the local area, and therefore for me being one of the top coaches, I feel that I could get some top athletes through and hopefully get the club more recognition so that we'll have more athletes competing for us, which means there'll be a higher standard and a better team.
Okay, so on that, what would you say your 3 main strengths are?
I can hatch new ideas on the spot. I can come up with fun yet effective sessions, and I'm quite friendly with other people.
Okay, and then on the flip side of that, what are your weaknesses?
I can be a bit easy when it comes to coaching. So if we're supposed to have a 2-minute break and someone needs 2.5 minutes, I'll allow it happen sometimes. That can be a problem. I'm occasionally late through no fault of my own, just I get caught up with college and things like that. And sometimes I do lack a bit of attention. So if we're doing a warm-up, for example, I'll tell them to do the drill and then I'll kind of lose focus on them and set up the next drill. So that can be a problem as well.
Okay, so if all goes to plan, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I see myself being one of the top coaches in England and going on GB camps where I can coach GB athletes.
Okay, so obviously here we work as a team in order to get results, so can you give me an example of when you worked as part of a team?
So there was one session where we had the sprint group had a longer session and I was in control of it, and the long distance group had a shorter session. So what we did is I had a chat with the long distance coach and we collaborated everyone together into that one session so that it improved the work rate, because the sprinters don't want to get beat by the long distance runners and the long distance runners don't want to get beat by the sprinters. So everyone joined in as a collective to get the best outcome on the training session.
Okay, last question from me is what have you learned at college that you can bring into this job?
Well, I've learnt a range of sports, and by learning how to coach a range of sports, you learn how to coach different muscles. So I feel that from college I've learnt how to coach people for different muscles and different body types and all of that to get the most effective performance out of them.
Alright, thank you, Morgan.
Thank you very much.